Can you pick up new hobbies? Can you read a book you've always wanted to read? Can you pick up a skill that you've always wanted to develop? Hi, this is Shelomo Solson, the host of the Teenage Impact Podcast, where we share stories, tips, and specific strategies on how you as a teenage kid can overcome any struggle in your life. Whether you are going through anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, you have eating disorder, bipolar disorder, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, I have interviewed over 50 people from 7 different countries on what they've gone through, how they overcame it, and how you can too. And based off of those interviews and based off of my own experiences, I compiled the 52 tips I wish someone told me in high school. It's a free ebook. It should take only 30 minutes to read. And if you apply some of the principles in that free ebook, it can completely change your life. If you have a friend, a family member, or a classmate who's in this funk, can't seem to get out of it, share the Teenage Impact Podcast with them, because it is the best podcast out there for any teenager to listen to if they are going through some type of struggles, because I share with them and you tips on what you can do to overcome these challenges in your life. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. When you go on social media, when you hit the news channel, all you see is the coronavirus. It can be honestly depressing. When you scroll through your social media feed, you're seeing that events like the NBA is being shut down, flights to Europe is being shut down, things are on lockdown, do not get out of your house, things being quarantined, it's a state of emergency. And just watching that can really make you feel sad. In this podcast episode, it's not going to be about me giving my opinion on the media, on what they're saying about the coronavirus. It's not going to be about my opinion about the coronavirus. This podcast episode is not going to be about my advice on what you should do to prevent the coronavirus happening to you. I'm not a health expert, but this episode is for those who are indirectly affected by the coronavirus. This means that if your school is canceled, if you had a vacation planned, if now you no longer can go on vacation, maybe you have family that was going to visit and no longer visiting, if your school canceled, events canceled, whatever it is causing some type of inconvenience to you, and you don't know how to deal with it, and you're sad because of it. I'm going to provide you with 3 tips on how you can deal with the indirect effect of coronavirus in your life and your family's life. Now, I've been indirectly affected with the coronavirus. I was supposed to go back to my hometown, Tampa, Florida, from Philly. And the 3rd week of March, I had a John Maxwell certification that was 3 days long, filled with thousands of people. They came all around the world for the certification, and it got postponed till end of August. I was also supposed to visit my family, so I decided not to. I'm probably going to visit my family maybe sometime in April or in May. My sister, her kids, and brother-in-law were supposed to come visit me in Philadelphia next week. They're not doing so because they just don't want to take that risk for the kids. And I'm also in pursuit of getting my message about resilience out there to schools. And I'm starting my speaking journey in Philadelphia, and I've contacted a lot of schools in Philly, and I'm trying to get as many speaking engagements as possible and getting my speaking career up and running. And that can't happen because a lot of schools in Philadelphia is being shut down. Now, tip number 1, if you're being indirectly affected by coronavirus and it's just making you sad, the first thing you should do is stop watching the news and stop being on social media so much. I know it's going to be hard because maybe you're used to being on Instagram every day, you're used to being on Snapchat, Facebook. The media is just blowing up our feed with the coronavirus. And it's just like when you go out and hanging out with your friends and you're having toxic relationships with your boyfriend and girlfriend, toxic relationships with your friends and family members. You should avoid them as much as possible. The same thing applies to the social media, the news, being on the internet. If seeing all this negativity is causing you a lot of anxiety, then don't be on it. Take a break from social media. Maybe minimize social media to maybe 5 minutes a day, or maybe check the news every few times a week versus every few times a day. And you want to try to minimize that negativity in your life as much as possible. If the coronavirus and looking at social media and watching the news is not causing you any anxiety or is not affecting your mood, then forbid it, go on social media, watch the news. If it's not affecting you in any way, then continue doing what you want to do. But you still want to keep yourself updated. So keep yourself updated by watching the news or social media every once in a while, but minimize it by 95%. Minimize it as much as possible. Second thing you want to do is change your perspective about the inconvenience that you're having. For example, I can't really focus on my speeches and going out there in schools and speaking because schools are being shut down. That means at least 2 to 4 or 5 weeks are going to go by where I can't speak in schools. And then summertime is going to go around, so I can't speak in schools anyways. But I'm keeping a positive mindset about it. What I can't control is maybe I can videotape myself as much as possible and send it to 50 kids or 100 kids and get feedback on my speech. Or and then once I make my speech strong enough, I can have live webinars for parents and for high school students and for middle school students. And that's a different approach I can take. It may or may not work out, I don't know. But I'm being really creative on what I'm going to do and changing my approach. I know people who have had plenty of paid speaking engagements in the next couple months, and it all got canceled or postponed. There are small business owners out there that are struggling to get money, struggling to feed their families because the coronavirus avoids people going to local stores and supporting local businesses. The stock market is going down. People are losing money on stocks because of the coronavirus. You may be in school right now. You might have graduation coming up. You've worked hard on having and completing 15, 16 years of school, and maybe your school is not having a graduation, or maybe it's postponing the graduation. How can you change your perspective on what's happening? Maybe you won't be able to walk, or maybe it's postponing your party, or maybe you have a vacation coming up and you can't go on vacation or have a good time with your family. Try other methods. If you have a vacation coming up, maybe have a staycation with your family and do something you've never done before with your family. If you're supposed to graduate, maybe just have a local party with your family and your friends. Whatever it is, try to find new creative ways on making it work, and don't let it bog you down too much. And the third thing you can do is, you might be bored right now. You might be scrolling through social media. You have a lot of negativity going on. You can't go on vacation. You can't do a lot of things because now, hey, the coronavirus has us staying home. Then what can you do? Can you pick up new hobbies? Can you read a book you've always wanted to read? Can you pick up a skill that you've always wanted to develop? Maybe you could learn a new language online. Whatever it may be, try to find a way to keep you occupied, a positive outlet, not a negative outlet, like maybe drugs or alcohol or consuming television or consuming your life with video games or whatever it is. Set aside some time to read your favorite book, to learn a new skill. Maybe set aside time to call loved ones you haven't called in a while. Do things you haven't done in a long time. And a bonus tip I want to add on there is keep yourself healthy. Just because you're staying home and just because people are freaking out, it doesn't give you an excuse to not eat healthy. It doesn't give you an excuse to now start binge eating on junk food and drinking soda. Continue the rituals that you'll continue to exercise, continue to eat your fruits, your vegetables, continue to stay hydrated, continue to meditate, continue to consume positive content. There shouldn't be an excuse for you to pick up negative habits, because a lot of times I know that when you're feeling negative and when you're feeling down, you tend to pick up negative habits, and that shouldn't be the case. I hope this really helped you. How you should deal with the coronavirus. Number one, stay away from media and social media as much as possible. Number two is change your perspective and change your way to make it work. And number three, pick up something new or something you haven't done in a very long time. And the bonus tip was stay healthy. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do not be boggled down by what's happening. It's just a season. Yes, there are a lot of people dying, unfortunately, but just keep your level head. Keep doing what you're doing, and don't let the negativity that's spreading around, the panic that's spreading around, get to you. If you haven't done so already, please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle name is at Shelomo Solson. It's going to be in the description. You're going to see a little bit of my personal side. Please follow me. I provide you with tips once, two, three times a week on how you can overcome some of your challenges. And until next episode, peace.